Miss Tammy. It's time for social studies. Woo! This week we're going to learn about houses from around the world. So we're going to learn that a house has a roof and it has doors and windows, and we're going to see houses from all over, and then we're going to build our own house with a box or a tissue box or graham crackers or popsicle sticks, whatever. We're going to find stuff and we're going to build a house. So this first house, it has some windows and it has a roof. The roof is on the top part. It even has windows on the roof. That's pretty cool. And it's also by some water, by a lake. And there's a boat. That's pretty cool. This next house has... There we go. It's a condo. So it has lots of houses together. There's balconies that people can walk out and they can see. They have bikes outside. They have this door is called a glass door. It slides back and forth. And you can even go on top of this house in some of them. That's pretty cool. And then there's doors down here at the bottom. You can see them. And here's another apartment building. So here's where the door is. And there's another door at the bottom. And it has windows that you can see through. You can wave to your neighbor and say, "Hi, neighbor, how are you?" You can wave to people on the street. And then this black thing on the side is called a fire escape. So if there's a fire or something and you need to run out of your house really, really fast, you can go out here. Sometimes people climb up them for fun too. They're pretty cool. It's just like a ladder or stairs. Here's a house that you guys probably see more of. So there's a door, there's some windows. This house has 2 levels, maybe 3. See, there's one right here, and then you can go upstairs to this part. And then there's some roses, and there's grass. This is where the car parks over here. This is another house. So here's the garage where a car parks. And look, it has a roof like all the other ones. And it has a door. And it has a window. And it has grass. And this part's concrete. It's a cement or a walkway. This house is pretty cool. It doesn't look like a house. But look, it has a roof. It's flat, so you can't see it. The other ones were pointed, but this one's flat. And this one has a door right here. It looks like it slides. And it has windows or mirrors all over the outside. And if you look at the wall, you can see some windows right here. But if the windows were closed, it would be hard to tell it was a house because it has leaves and stuff grown all over it. And here's a house. You probably don't want to live in this house. It does have a roof. But look, it doesn't have a door. The door's gone. And the windows, you can't see through them because they're blocked off. And look, it's just falling apart. It looks like someone burnt it. That's not good. You don't want to live in this house either. And I just realized that it says Tammy on the door. So that's pretty cool. But look, it has a roof. And the roof goes like this. It has like little triangle parts on it. And the windows, there's no windows. It broke. You can just climb in there. Or these ones are blocked off, so you can't climb in there. And look, it's falling apart. There's a big hole. You don't want to live in that house. Here's a house you do want to live in. Look, it has a nice roof, and it has doors that you can knock on that are there. It has windows. It has a really nice lawn, a really big one. You can run and you can play. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can help your mom weed the garden. This house is in the woods. See all the trees, but you probably don't want to stay in it for very long. It has a roof. But look at what it's made of. It's made of trees. They cut down a tree, chop, and they flopped. And then they just got the big trunk part and they put it together. And they glued it all together with cement or other stuff. But it's falling apart. There's a big hole right there. It's probably not warm. It's really cold. This big house, it's huge. It's called a mansion. Can you guys say mansion? Pretty good. Look, you can probably run from this side all the way to the other side, and it would take forever because it's so big. And look at all the windows that it has. And if you look really close right there, that's the front door. But in the back, look, it has a pool, and there's water shooting, and you can go swimming. And there's a bench you can sit on. There's big trees. Look, there's another sidewalk that goes all the way around, and it has plants. This is a big, nice house. I would live here, or I would visit. I don't know if I want to live there, because then you have to clean all the rooms. This house is in Mexico. So look, it's right next to the other one. They're just side by side, but they're the same color. They're like a bluish green. But look, all of their clothes are outside. They washed them and then they hang them up. But they look happy. They're smiling because they have a house. They have a roof over their head and they have little windows that they can see. And so they're warm at night and they're safe. This place is in Haiti. Look at all of these houses together. And they're so colorful. There's a blue one and a yellow one and a red one. And there's all these gray ones. They're just so close together. They're just like stacked like this. That's pretty cool. And it looks like it's up a hill. So right there, you can see the street that's going up, up, up. It looks really bumpy. So if you didn't color it, go boo, boo, boo. This house is in Peru. So it's made of wood, like the one in the forest, the cabin, but it's not big chunks of tree. It just is little pieces of wood that they're nailed. And look, their water is outside because they don't have any water inside. They have to go get it from the stream and then bring it back. But they have a broom so they can clean. This house is in the Philippines. I'll move so you can see. And they're not very put together. They don't look like they're going to be very strong, but they're just kind of nailed up there and random stuff, and they're all together. And they're kind of all gray, huh? They're not very bright and colorful. They're not like the ones in Mexico. This house is in the Togo. It's in Africa, and it's made of clay or mud. So when you go outside after it rains, there's mud, and they got a whole bunch, and they stuck it on the wall, and they stuck it there. But it has a roof. See? Oh, there's kind of a spot in it, though. And there's a door. Does it have any windows? No, it doesn't have any windows. And there's a little boy. He's standing next to it. This house, here, I'll move it so you can see it. It's called a yurt. Right here, yurt. And it's in Kyrgyzstan. I can't say that word. But look, it's just like a big tent. It's just rolled around and then it's tied together. And it doesn't look like it has any windows, but it has a door and it has a roof. That's a pretty cool house. And it look, there's some water by it, but there's no trees. So it's really hot. This one is in Ecuador. And look, there's water and there's under their houses. So they have to build their houses on stilts. That's what it's called. It's just like big, long pieces of wood. So their houses are smaller and they're kind of square or rectangle. But look, there's a door. There's a door right there. And there's windows. And there's a roof. So it's a house. It keeps them safe from all the water. Unless they have to climb through the water and they have to go up the ladder. This house is in Thailand. Look at how pretty it is. It's so green and there's lots of fields. He's probably a farmer. And this is their house. Look at the roof. It has stuff all matted down and then it has logs or trees on top of it. And we can't see it very well, but it looks like there's windows and there's probably a door right there. And there's people out working in the field. And we can see there's another little house and another one. I would want to live here. I don't know if I'd want to live in that house, but it's pretty. And these are Honai. I don't know if that's right, but they are in Indonesia. So there's a little boy over there. But look, they're made of logs too, or trees. They're just big trees that they cut down. It looks like palm trees. And then they just have big leaves that they dry out and they tie together and they put them on the house so you can see it, and it makes the roof. And look, there's a door, and I don't see any windows, but it looks like you can kind of see through the slats. They put them there and you can see through them, but there's a fence so it keeps animals in. This is in Ghana. So look, it's a big blue house. And they're like, oh, the sun's in my eyes. But if they go inside, the roof will keep it away. And it has a door and it has a window. So that's pretty cool. And it's blue. It looks really small though. Okay, this house is in Africa too. It's called Burkina Faso. And it's made out of straw or leaves. And they weave them together. So instead of just like this, they like are woven together like this. So they stay. So when things bump them, they stay together instead of being pulling apart. Because you want a house that stays together. But it has a roof. Same thing. There's slats that are tied together. And they're smiling because they're happy. And look, all around them is just dirt. There's not very many grass because it's so hot where they live. This house is in Japan. Look how cool that is. It's yellow. And they have a roof. And the roof, instead of just being flat or being triangle or being flat like this, it like curves out. So go like this and it curves. That's pretty cool. You see a lot of that in China, in Japan. And they have a balcony that they can walk around. Same with down here. You can walk all the way around their house. And they have windows. And look, down here they have windows. And they live on water. You can see it down here. And there's lots of big trees around them. It looks pretty. Okay, this house is in Russia. Look how cool it looks. It's like swirly. Woo! But do we find a door? Where's the door? It's right here. There's a door. And there's big windows. It's just like a whole wall of windows. Isn't that pretty cool? And then there's stairs that you can climb up. And it looks like you can go all the way around and climb down the stairs and go swimming in the water. So this is a pretty cool house. There's this house. This house is also in Russia. But look how silly it looks. It's upside down. Oh no. So look. There's the roof. But the roof, instead of being up, it's on the floor. And the basement, the foundation, it's in the ceiling. Isn't that so silly? And the windows are upside down. And there's a big tree next to it. But if you look behind my face, there's the stairs where you can walk up and go inside. These ones are called igloos. They're made of snow. So when it's snowing outside, they gather up all the snow and they pack it together and they build it around. And it's an igloo. And there's a door. They don't have any windows though. This is called a teepee, where it's like a tent. And so it's just a big, kind of like a big shirt or a big blanket. And they put sticks up and then they wrap the blanket around it. And then they have a little hole for a door. And then they sleep in there and they put rocks all around it. And look, you can climb in the bottom of their house. And their roof is kind of weird. It's just like a hole with the sticks poking out. This house looks like a teapot. That's pretty silly too. But you can go in and you can slide out. And it's just a big teapot. This house is so silly. Look at it. There's a door, but it's like, and there's windows. So silly. These houses are pretty cool. So this house kind of looks like an old rock or a volcano or a big tree that they cut out and they cut little windows in so you can see the window shutters are open and there's stairs you can climb and you can look in there and it's covered in beautiful trees and there's flowers. Then I'll move myself over and look at this house. It's kind of like a triangle and it goes around and there's water flowing down the side of it, and look at all the windows, and there's a bridge to climb across it. I'm scared of bridges. I don't know if I could live there because I couldn't cross the bridge. I would get stuck on the other side, or I'd be staying in my house all day and never leave. Either way. But there's a door. So that's the end. All of our houses that we looked at were different. Some of them were similar, they were the same, but they were a lot that were different. So now it's your turn to build a house. We're going to build a house out of boxes here in class. But at home, you can draw a house, or you can make a house with sticks, or a cereal box, or you can make a teepee in your living room. You can get some stools and you can wrap it around, whatever. But have fun making houses. Bye, guys.